Firstly, thank you to everyone for joining us on this webinar today. And just to let you know that the webinar will be recorded, so we'll be sharing the webinar with you following the meeting. So my name is Heidi Malloy. I'm Responsible Sourcing Coordinator at Lidl Ireland in Northern Ireland. And we're delighted to bring this webinar to you today. That's part of our collaboration between Lidl Supplier Engagement Programme and Cork Chamber. The Lidl Supplier Engagement Programme has been running now for the past 4 years. It's a collaborative programme that we run together with 11 of our strategic suppliers. It's aimed at growing together sustainably and focuses on climate, water, biodiversity and the circular economy. REEValue then is a European funded project, supports to businesses in the food, beverage and logistics sectors to become more energy efficient and to improve sustainability in their supply chains. So on that note, I'm going to hand you over to Alicia Mateos, who's the REEValue Project Coordinator at Cork Chamber. Alicia is going to get things started and take you through the agenda.
Thank you, Heidi. And hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining this call today. So my name is Alicia and I'm the REEValue Project Coordinator here at Cork Chamber. And before we start, we'd just like to say thank you to Lidl to organize this call with all of you today. This morning when I was having my coffee, I was looking at the news and I saw that Lidl Ireland was named most sustainable retailer in Ireland and also third most sustainable organization overall on a study of over 100 organizations. So congratulations to you. And we in Cork Chamber and REEValue are working with large businesses such as Lidl, but also with SMEs, because at the end of the day, Lidl is Lidl because of all of the suppliers that are working and producing and selling in them in the supermarket. So we are looking forward to this webinar where we are aiming to help you becoming more sustainable. So as part of that, so REEValue, as Heidi was saying, is a life-funded project. So it's a European-funded project. And I'll just quickly introduce you to REEValue so you have an idea of it. So the word REEValue comes from renewable energy efficiency in the value chain. And as I said, we received funding from the European Commission. So all of our services are free and open to non-members of Cork Chamber, so we're open to everyone in Ireland nationally. And we offer workshops such as this one, one-to-one business advice, and I'll take you through other services that we offer. But first, I'm sure you will know what supply chain is, but recently we've been hearing more about value chains. And our perspective of a value chain is we want to help you enhancing the value chain as it moves from your products as they move along to supply chains. And the way REEValue works on that is through energy performance, also sustainable packaging as well. And the project falls within a few sets of policies. So I'm sure you're very aware of the SDGs. So for us, these 3 SDGs are very important. So that would be SDG 7 for clean energy, SDG 9 for industry innovation, and obviously SDG 13 for climate action. And also at a European level is the Green Deal that is making us all to reduce emissions. And then at a national level, the targets for businesses in Ireland to decarbonize. So what we aim to enhance energy efficiency and promote renewable energy investments. And our project is focused, it's been funded to focus specifically in the business, like in a certain industries. So that's the food, drink and transport industries. So that's why we are delighted to be hosting this webinar today. And just so you have a sense of the project, so it's a European project, as I said, and we are in all of these countries along Europe. So we have national agencies in Greece and Malta. We have technical entities. Actually, one of our partners is from Dublin. And some of you might actually know him. His name is Conor Molloy. He used to be energy auditor for the SCAI for over 20 years. And now he's also created his own business for energy management in logistics as well. And then we have a university in Italy that is our expert in value chain collaborations. We have business representatives such as ourselves in Cork Chamber covering the whole Ireland. And then we have the European Cold Storage Association, as well as 2 business representatives in Portugal and Malta. And something that also makes special this project is that we have a business being part of the project, which is Samontana. So Samontana is a gelato company that is very well known. It's a large business in Italy, and they export as well. And since 2016, they've become more sustainable in terms of the packaging, no single-use plastics, and also obviously being a gelato company, they use a lot of energy. So the way they store their ice creams and all of that, they've done it in a way that is very efficient. So they are here to showcase themselves as a best practice case study. Here at Cork Chamber is myself and the international manager, Grace. And what we do at the Chamber for REEValue is we manage the communications of the project. We are also developing an online platform. I'll take you through about it in a minute. And being a Chamber of Commerce, obviously, most of our work and time is dedicated to business outreach and advisory services. So what we've been doing, REEValue started less than a year ago, and it's a 3-year project. So we gather data from some key businesses, from their energy audits, Origin Green reports, soon also CSRD. And some of our partners from Greece and Malta, they simplified the recommendations that you get in your energy audits and made a report. And the difference where we add value in our project is that we want to connect you with financial supports that are available. So this is the case of today's webinar. And I'm delighted because we have so many different options for different types of businesses and depending on the journey where you are at. And that's what the next few speakers will be presenting. So just next, a few of the services, as I mentioned, what we've been doing are the one-to-one business meetings with SMEs and large businesses as well. So SMEs, we're working with them. This is only a few examples. By providing advice wherever they need, such as packaging, supply chain, solar panels. And then with the larger businesses, we're helping the suppliers such as yourselves, or in the case of Port of Cork, it would be the tenants that are, for example, if you know Cork in Ringaskiddy. As I mentioned, we are also developing a platform. So we have our web developers working really hard. It's going to be live in a few weeks. So in the platform, you will be able to enter your energy data, and then you will receive an estimation of your carbon footprint. And this is only covering scope 1 and 2 emissions, not scope 3. And then as well as we'll be gathering fuel for those of you that deliver or have vans. And then we'll also be giving you energy recommendations and connecting you with grants that are available. Then just finishing up, as I mentioned, and we have most of the 3 speakers from this slide here today. So that's what we do. We connect you with them, and then you can apply for some grants that are available to you. And then lastly, we are organizing events as well. So this will be one of them. But in a couple of weeks, the 24th of October, we are organizing an in-person meeting here in Cork, in the South Mall, if you are from Cork. And this would be a morning meeting where we have speakers to talk about energy efficiency, different measures that you can take, and as well as financing available to you. Next year, we are organizing an international conference focused on energy in value chains, and more details on that will be coming soon. Right, thank you. So that's my email if you want to contact me, and then I'll stop sharing and introduce the next speaker. Sorry there. Oh yeah, Lisa. So I'd like to introduce Lisa Collins. She's the business advisor at the local enterprise office in Cork, North and West. Over to you, Lisa. Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks, Alicia. Hi, everyone. So yeah, my name is Lisa Collins and I'm business advisor here in the local enterprise office. I'm based out of Clonakilty. I suppose I just want to start by saying that anything that I'm going to step through today is available from any of your local enterprise office across the country. So it's not specific to West Cork or anything like that. I'm speaking on behalf of the local enterprises at the national level here. So you can, if you have queries or anything after, happy to answer. Or else, you know, if you have a relationship with your local enterprise office locally as well, they will have the same offerings and schemes here as well, which they can assist you with. So I suppose just following on, I suppose from what Alicia was talking about there, there are a number of schemes and financial supports available through your local enterprise office to help you with your sustainability journey. I suppose today for the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm going to just talk about what those supports are. So there's two elements to it. The Green for Business, which is your consultation, so working with a green mentor to actually look under the hood of your business from a sustainability perspective across different areas like energy usage, your carbon footprint, maybe food waste. It depends on what your priorities are, I guess, but essentially that's kind of step one. And then step two is if you have kind of opportunities identified there to reduce your energy costs, etc., we can assist then with financial support towards some of those upgrades. So I'll go through, I suppose, the various kind of eligibility criteria, what's covered, etc. And if you have any queries as well, I can address those at the end. So what green supports is available? So as I said, it's a two-step approach. So step one is what we call Green for Business. So this is where you apply for Green for Business consultation with a green mentor, and you get 2 days free kind of consultation there, paid for by the Leo, to look at your business and assess kind of the changes you can make. And then following on from that, then you can apply for an energy efficiency grant. To apply for the energy efficiency grant, it is required that you have either completed a Green for Business or an SEAI audit, which that will be covered later in the session as well. So they're both prerequisites. Either or for availing of the energy efficiency grant, and that will I kind of go through, I suppose, how that works as well in more detail over the next couple of minutes. So what is Green for Business? So it's a free program that helps small business take a first step towards becoming more sustainable. So as I was mentioning, it gives you access to a green consultant, and it helps you identify, I suppose, changes that you can make to become more sustainable, reduce costs, reduce your, your energy usage, etc. And it kind of helps you put a plan in place, I guess, for your business. So the benefits, increase cost savings, improve resource efficiency, for example, using less energy, water, materials, obviously reducing your environmental impact and greenhouse gas emissions, opportunities for higher and additional value on products and services, increased access to customers, because I suppose with it you get an improved reputation as well. Like some customers, I suppose from a marketing perspective too, like, we're all more environmentally conscious too, and it helps to be seen to be making those changes for your business as well, and then increase resilience to climate change impacts. So eligibility, so it's for all enterprises between 1 to 50 employees. So that's 50 full-time equivalent, turnover in excess of 30,000 annually. The business must be trading for over 6 months. And then it must be established, registered and operated within the geographic location of the LEO. So what that means basically is that you reach out to your local enterprise office. So for example, if you're a business based out of Kerry, if you came to me, then I will liaise with my colleagues in Kerry and transfer you to them. It's where your business is registered from. That's the local enterprise office that you would apply through. So if you're interested in applying for a Green for Business, the process is relatively straightforward. There is an application that you fill out. It's not a long application, just simple kind of details, detailing number of employees, turnover, I suppose, the areas you're looking to look at as part of your Green for Business assignment. And then once that application is received into us, then we will review it. We have a panel of green mentors, and we assign you a mentor, I suppose, that's suitable based on the type of business you are, what you're looking to look at, location, etc. And then that mentor works with you for up to kind of 2 days there to review different aspects of your business, and what you get coming out of it is a very detailed report that basically has a sustainability plan in it for you, a roadmap. They will also identify the different financial supports available for you. So if there's, you know, building upgrades like solar, that kind of thing, then they'll point you towards some SAI financial supports. And then if there are elements of the business such as, you know, the equipment, refrigeration, chilling, coolers, all that kind of thing, LED lighting, then you would be eligible for the energy efficiency grant through ourselves. So it kind of gives you a roadmap, I guess, on next steps then on, you know, what's available out there to help you get on that journey. So that's the green for business. So as I said, that's kind of step one. And then we have the energy efficiency grant, which is the financial support then to make those changes. So I've put an updated scheme there because it's been, I suppose, in the couple of months ago now, it was upgraded to €10,000 and 75% of eligible costs covered. So before it was 5,000, but that has been increased now to 10,000 with 75% of eligible costs. So, you know, I suppose if your costs are coming in around 10,000, you'll get a grant of 7,500. If they're 15,000, the max we can give is 10,000. But yeah, so it's a decent sum there to go towards, you know, your refrigeration equipment, that kind of thing. So just to, I suppose, explain again, so it's funding to support businesses in their investment in technologies and equipment. So I suppose that's important there. If it's to do with the actual structure of the building itself, like solar energy and that's where SAI would look after. But if it's to do with technologies and equipment in the running of the business, then the energy efficiency grant could be used for that. So it prioritised the grant aid of energy efficiency expenditure associated with the operation of the enterprise. And then just a key point here that I just want to make clear is that as a requirement, the project must not commence prior to the application. So you cannot go ahead next week and purchase, you know, A-rated fridges, put them in, and then apply for the energy efficiency grant and look to get reimbursed. It is important that you apply for the grant. And then when you get your approval and your letter of offer, you can then go ahead and, you know, purchase your equipment, do the works. It has to be after you receive your offer. So it's just important to note that. Sorry now. So I suppose eligible applicants will be required to demonstrate the proposed impacts from the project and how it is a core element of the company's sustainability plan. So this is where the Green for Business is important, because you will have that from your Green for Business. Similarly with an SAI audit as well, you would have it. You know, the kind of roadmap of the changes you can make to make your business more efficient, or energy efficient rather. So, you know, don't worry that, oh, how am I meant to know that? Like that's where the green mentor, etc., will assist you. You'll have it from report and it'll feed in then to your application for the grant. So for this year, the deadline is the 20th of December at 3 o'clock. I do envisage that will be roll over into next year as well, but I suppose just for the Christmas deadline, it's the 20th of December applications have to be in. So I'll just mention that there as well. So just, I suppose, quickly stepping through this. So eligible businesses, it's the same for the Green for Business. It's businesses that have between 1 and 50 employees and turnover in excess of 30,000 and trading in excess of 6 months. And then, as I said at the beginning, you have to have your SAI audit or your Green for Business done, just so that you have your opportunity there on what you're using it for. Then in relation to the premises itself, it must be commercially rateable. So we would require commercial rates bill to be provided with the application, or if it's not commercially rateable, it has to have, I suppose, a letter from the local authority detailing that it's not currently rated for a variety of reasons. And then if you're, I suppose, in tourism, hospitality, and the Fall to Ireland National Quality Assurance Framework comes into play for you, then that will be required as well. So costs covered, they'd be anything like installing of meters, LED lighting, smart energy controls, replacement of equipment. So, you know, refrigeration, if for pubs, like beer cooling systems, ovens, you know, to more energy efficient versions. Heat recovery in manufacturing, food waste systems, so anaerobic digesters. So that I suppose is something that we're seeing a lot of kind of food producers and that looking at now at the moment. There's water management systems, circular economy, sustainable packaging as well is one. So I suppose if you were looking to use the energy efficiency grant for that, we just would need details, I suppose, of the project and capital costs. And then I suppose just an element of this then in relation to equipment, we would ask that there is something called the SAI-EE register, and that has basically a list of the most energy efficient, best in market products that there are under a variety of different categories, and that we would ask that you would have refer to that as well, I suppose, when you're choosing what equipment to purchase. It kind of gives you a safety net there that they are the best in class and you're getting your bang for your buck there in terms of energy efficient purchases. So ineligible costs, kind of referenced that at the beginning. Solar panels, the reason that that's not covered under this is because the SAI has a non-domestic microgen scheme for that. Biomass and biogas products, insulation, water treatment systems, activities related to fossil fuels, forklifts, air compressors. I'm conscious of time now, but I've just kind of put the checklist there. As you go through the application, you're guided with it, but it's basically uploading your Green for Business or your SAI audit, detailing, as I said, your sustainability plan, which you'll have from that, your outline of your expenditure. So I suppose if your expenses are looking are coming in over 5,000, we would ask you to get 3 quotes. You don't have to go with the cheapest quote then, it's just that you're seen to be doing a bit of due diligence and shopping around. If it's under the 4,099 mark, then 1 quote is sufficient. Latest financial statements, that's just for the eligibility criteria there that you're in excess of 30,000 turnover. And then tax reference number, tax clearance access, copy of rates bill. And then there's a link then that you just fill in your it's called Climate Toolkit for Business, and you basically just put in different measures like, you know, electricity usage, maybe your waste, etc., and it gives you a carbon footprint. Calculates your carbon footprint rather, and you can just fill that into the form as well. But the link will be in the application, and you kind of just guides you through it. It's a 4-step process. So then the claims process, just quickly, so that I suppose people might be wondering about payment and stuff thereafter. So once you've got approved for the energy efficiency grant, you'll get your letter of offer, and as I said, you can then go ahead with your project, purchase your equipment, etc. You have 6 months to complete that project, at which stage then you can submit your expenses. So, you know, we would require your invoice, the financial statement just showing from your business account the money's paid to the supplier, and then we just come out and do a site inspection, I suppose, that the equipment actually exists. And once all that's in order, then the monies are paid out. So there's only kind of 2 or 3 elements to it, just invoices, financial statement, and the site visit. So just to recap, as I said, it's a 2-step process. I suppose the first step is your consultation, your Green for Business or your SAI audit. If you've that already done, you can go straight for the energy efficiency grant there, and that's up to €10,000 at 75% of eligible costs covered. And then just why should I apply? I suppose this will be touched on throughout this morning anyway, but there's cost savings, environmental impact, and then of course the business reputation as well. So thanks everyone. If you've any questions at the end, I'm happy to take them. Otherwise, I'll just hand over to Daniel.
Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, so as Lisa said, feel free to use the chat, but we have also set time aside at the end for questions. And I'd like to introduce Daniel from the SEAI. He's the Business Decarbonization Supports Executive.
Thanks, Elisa. I'll just get this. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, perfect. Okay, thanks, Elisa. Yeah, so I'm from the SEAI, the Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland, and today we're going to talk about the supports the SEAI have to help you move towards a lower carbon business and hopefully reduce operating costs as well. So, who are the SEAI? We work with government, homeowners, businesses, and communities to create a cleaner energy future. We deliver impact, we have solutions, and we're here to help you. So just to give a summary of last year of our contacts with business. So we had over 8,000 businesses registered with the Energy Academy. Over 4,000 businesses supported with 45 million euros worth of capital grants and 1,100 energy audit vouchers issued last year. So just to give an idea of how we are increasing our support year on year. So we just look to the left hand side of that graph there. So say in 2021, we had over just about 500 businesses and about 5 million euros worth of capital support offered. Each year we're increasing our offers year on year up to this year. We're expected to be in contact on the right hand side with over 5,000 businesses and up over 65 million euros worth of capital grants offered. So we're here to support SMEs. Okay, so this is kind of the phrases we use to the first few steps to help you towards a lower carbon business. So understand, assess, and invest. You might hear this a little bit if you're engaged with the SEAI in any way through the Energy Academy. Understand, assess, and invest. So first step, understand, is get to know how you use your energy and create an energy action plan. So this will be done through the Energy Academy, and I'll talk a little bit more about that afterwards. And then assess. So complete your energy audit and identify the actions. That's where a registered energy auditor comes out to your site and identifies the best actions to support your business. And then invest in the energy efficient measures and renewables. So using the SEAI business grants we have on offer, select the best grants of it for you and the best steps to move forward. So just to get a little bit further into it, so understanding your energy use and creating an energy action plan. So we have on our SEAI website an Energy Academy, which is basically a free e-learning platform for all SMEs. So you simply log on. It's created for businesses to understand your energy use. So it's free to log on, free to join for all SMEs. You simply log in, fill in your business details, and you're straight access to it. So the benefits over increased motivation and confidence to reduce use in the workplace. And some of the modules, there's I think over 23 modules, maybe could be up to 30 modules at the minute. And the beauty of it is you can select the ones most relevant to you and your business. So a few of them, for example, are business energy efficiency, lighting efficiency, renewable heat, office energy efficiency. So we're expanding on this all the time. I think we may just have recently enough have a new one for hotels. I believe it is, but it's expanding all the time, targeting specific industries. So just a small little quote from the DDLE TV. Learners of all ages and industries find interface and varied available short courses engaging, regardless of whether anyone is looking to improve their personal or workplace energy use, and the energy will prove an asset. So how does the Energy Academy help your business? So it's free training for staff. Upskill your staff with practical business focused free training that can boost staff morale and retention. Improve your brand image. So you achieve a certificate of completion demonstrating the commitment to reducing carbon impact. A lot of businesses will display that in their reception of their facility or on their website. Delivering cost savings. So discover opportunities to reduce your energy use and save costs across all areas of your business and home. So it's tips and tricks that you can use that don't cost anything to help save energy and ultimately save money in your business. So reduce energy waste, increase your energy efficiency, lower your business carbon footprint. So one of the supports we offer is energy management training. So once a month, there's a free online webinar with an energy expert. So usually it is a registered energy auditor, and they give you 2 hours energy management training to help you create an energy action plan and start your pathway. So we will provide an energy management guide and a workbook before the training workshop takes place, and then your energy expert will take you through the 6 steps to creating an energy action plan. First step is create the business case for energy management. Assign an energy coordinator. So it'll be select somebody in your business, whether it's be someone who's particularly interested would be the best way to do it. Someone who's going to follow through with this pathway, I suppose, is the best. It would typically be the best person to select. Write your energy statement. Track your energy consumption through bills and meter readings. So they'll go through how to read your different bills, from say your gas bill to your electricity bill, and identify potential areas to save energy. So it could be as simple as you might be on the wrong MIC, which is your metered import for your electricity, and just to select simple things to select the best action for yourself. So next workshop is actually taking place on Thursday, the 7th of November. So assessing your business. So complete an energy audit. So there's a €2,000 voucher available for SMEs for a high quality energy audit with an SEAI registered energy auditor. So this is open all year round for applicants. And to be eligible, your company must be an SME. So for this, it's less than 250 employees, a turnover of less than 50 million, or a balance sheet of 43 million. And one of the key eligibility criteria is that there's a minimum of €10,000 spent on energy, and that's on electricity and heat. It doesn't include transport. Just one thing to note. While your energy auditor, he will take transport into account when doing the audit, and transport will be audited and listed in the report. Just it's not part of the eligibility criteria. So just to note that it's €10,000 minimum spend on electricity and heat, and then be tax compliant. So that's immediate application, and it's very quick to do through our website. So the process itself, it's a deep dive into your business energy use. So online application through our website. So if go straight to the SEI website, business grants, very first one is energy audit. It's the first step. So you prepare for your meeting with the auditor by preparing all your energy use bills, getting the likes of, if you have boiler rooms or server rooms that you may not have, just to make sure you have access to them all, to make it as smooth and as quick as smooth as possible of an audit. Then your auditor will come out and he will spend maybe half a day to a day, depending on the size of your site, going through all your energy use and all your energy facilities. They'll take the information away and they'll write up an energy audit report for you. What I would say is, use this to the best of possible when your auditor is on site. These are experts in the area, and if you have questions, make sure there's someone there on the day to ask them any questions. They won't be able to help with everything, but they'll be able to find out the information whilst they prepare the report. So the auditor will prepare the report, analyze your business use, and identify equipment and processes that use the most energy, and recommend actions you should take to save energy and their estimated cost and impact, as well as first step. So essentially, it'll give you the report will give you a menu of recommended options for improving your energy use. So it could be, say, for example, LED lighting, solar panels, improving on motors, recommended heat pumps, etc. And I'll give a breakdown of the estimated cost of installing these, the grants that are available for it, and the estimated payback years of installing these upgrades. So final step, invest. So this is the grants that we offer. So the non-domestic microgen scheme is probably one of the most popular at the minute. So grants available are up to €162,000 for SMEs. Approval is immediate. It's a streamlined system. There's it's quite quick process for getting approval on the grant, The systems can be up to 1,000 kilowatts. There's no BER required after installation, and they're available to all buildings pre-2021. There's a clean export guarantee tariff for any exported electricity. So any extra electricity that's not used on site can be sold back to the grid. And this, of course, is dependent on your energy supplier, different offerings from different energy suppliers. So the actual grants that are on offer, so it starts from 900 euro for 1 kilowatt, or say 2,400 euro for a 6 kilowatt system, and then it increases by 300 euro per kilowatt after that. So we also have the support scheme for renewable heat. So what is it? It's a financial support to replace fossil fuel heating systems with heat pumps or biomass or biogas alternatives. So there's investment aid of up to 40% of eligible costs for air source heat pumps, ground source heat pumps, and water source heat pumps. There's ongoing operational aid as well for biomass boilers, biogas boilers, and biomass or biogas high efficiency CHPs. And who is this for? Ideal for switching away from fossil fuel heating, renewable heat-led building retrofit, and industrial heat decarbonisation. The grant for heat pumps is up to 40% and up to €1 million maximum. And the tariff for biomass biogas is up to 3.5 million for 15 years. Just one thing to note on that is for the heat pumps, up to 40% is dependent on the efficiency of the heat pump selected. So essentially there's a scale on it. So the more efficient the heat pump that you invest in, the higher the grant, essentially. Another quite popular grant is the Community Energy Grant. So it's assisting energy efficiency community projects through capital fund partnerships and technical support. Community orientated with a cross-sectoral approach. And key thing on this is it's managed by a project coordinator, and there's a list of them available on our website. So it's suitable for larger projects from 50 to 1.5 million, and grants for businesses are typically around 30%. So this is suitable for investment in multiple measures. So for example, I've seen different community grants come in where you have maybe a food, what was it, a jam producer for solar PV in a town, and it was coupled with the nursery was getting a heat pump installed, and it was also partnered with, there's 3 at a minute. The other one was an upgrade on the LED lighting for a walkway around a GAA pitch. And basically the project coordinator, one project coordinator was selected for the 3 projects, and they were coupled together for the community energy grant. So other supports still on offer are the electrical vehicle supports. So there's 3,800 euro for commercial vans. That's the smaller N1 vans. 7,600 euro for the commercial, the larger 3.5 ton large panel vans, and VRT relief for smaller N1 vehicles, 200 euro. Lower VRT rates on passenger cars, and relief for vehicles below 50k. The benefit in kind reduction is starting to be scaled off, and it will be gone by 2027. There is still available, and of course lower tax on EVs of 120 euro. So some additional supports that we have coming up shortly. The Business Energy Upgrade Scheme 2024. So it's part of a fast track support for SMEs. So similar to the audit and the solar PV that have been fast tracked. This is a new scheme that's expanding of the non-domestic solar model. So it's anticipated to launch in this quarter, Q4 24. It's just finalizing some IT and programming documentation, and it's due to be online shortly. So what this means for you is there is technical assistance up to 50% grant aided for BMS optimization. So that's to just improve the systems that some suppliers will have in place, basically getting the best out of what you currently have. and also 50% grant aided for design assistance. And then commoditized grants up to 30% grant aided will be for the likes of pumps, ventilation, heat recovery, solar thermal, automatic controls, heat pumps, and fabric. So this is, I suppose it's similar to the energy efficient grant that Lisa spoke about in the local enterprise office, but it's kind of an expansion on that as such. So just to kind of some online supports that we have through our website. So it could be, we can find, there's a vast amount of information there, and you can find something that's more targeted to your business. Like, for example, if you already know what you want, for example, and you can find more information on, say, the likes of energy efficient LED lighting. If your specific business has manufacturing, there's guidebooks for SMEs there, and you can find information directly related to maybe compressed air system or a HVAC system. Also, there are some case study videos that might be relevant to your business, of similar businesses. So short videos of the likes of the Monster Boys in there. They use the Exceed program to upgrade their facility, and it could be relevant to your business. So it could be, there's plenty of information available through our website. So just to recap on some of the grants and some of the supports we have on offer. So the Energy Academy, Understanding Your Energy Use, there's 32 modules and 23 courses available online, and that's free for all SMEs. There's energy management training, which is 2 hours of free online training led by an energy expert. That's once a month. Next one is on the 7th of November. So you simply register for tickets on that, and we can provide the links if necessary afterwards. You can monitor and track your energy use yourself through the Climate Toolkit for Business that Lisa had mentioned as well. So that's through the government website, Climate Toolkit for Business, through DEC. And then there's plenty of free tips and resources, guidebooks on the SEA website itself. So just on the financial supports that we offer, just to recap on them. So first step would be the energy audit. So it's a €2,000 energy voucher for an energy audit with a registered energy auditor. The solar PV scheme, that can be up to €160,000 for non-domestic solar PV. The heat pumps for renewable heat, up to €1 million and 40% of capital cost. Biomass boilers, a fuel tariff, 3.5 million, 15 years. Fabric upgrades, which can be supported in conjunction with renewable heat. So that's an additional 20% of the grant. So that's if it's coupled with a heat pump upgrade, the fabric upgrades for insulation, etc., windows, doors can be included in that. And then the multiple measures for community grants, building fabric, technology, system upgrades, community energy projects, up to 30%. And electrical vehicle supports fixed to a maximum of 7,000 for large vehicles. So in summary, there are quite a lot of grants available to SMEs, and it's just a matter of choosing the ones that are best suited to you and your business.
Thank you, Daniel. Thanks.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much for those who are adding the questions to the chat. I actually saw one mentioning grants for large organizations, and I'd like to mention that the SEAI has a program called Exceed, EXEED, which gives up to €3 million for investment for large organizations. If you need more information, you can contact me or Daniel after the call, and we can put you in contact with people in Exceed. Next up, it's Monica, our last speaker. So she is my colleague here at Cork Chamber, and she's going to present E and energy.
Thank you very much, Alicia. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
I believe you can.
Perfect.
All right, thank you very much. As Alicia has said, I am with the Cork Chamber. I am working with the Enterprise Europe Network. And as an Enterprise Europe Network, we had an initiative called E and Energy. So before I dig a little bit more into what that program was, I would like to explain a little bit more about the Enterprise Europe Network. The Enterprise Europe Network is an EU-funded project just like REEValue. It was created in 2008. And since then, the Enterprise Europe Network has been supporting European SMEs to grow, scale, and reach their business goals. It is the largest SME support network present in more than 40 countries and with around 300 publicly financed regional support. So its main focus is to help SMEs, since we understand that SMEs are a big part of the European economy. So the network offers SMEs services across several topics, including innovation, sustainability, digitalization, internationalization, and access to finance, as well as business partnering. We have a network and events that could be of interest to SMEs. So we also promote those. If you are interested, we can speak more about that. And we have also within the networks specialized sustainability advisor support SMEs on topics of green transition and energy efficiency. And those sustainability advisors were the ones that help with the EEN energy initiative. So what it was the EEN
sorry,
energy?
Monica, there are boxes showing on your screen.
But sorry.
Don't worry, I'll go into you and I'll hide them.
Sorry, I think is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So the EN Energy was funded by the EU's Single Market Program to support SMEs to define an action plan to provide their. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you very much. So the EN Energy was funded by the EU Single Market Program to support SMEs to define an action plan to improve their energy efficiency performance and to carry out action plans. The goal for this initiative was to support at least 1,800 SMEs to identify their energy efficiency needs and define the corresponding actions that they could take. So this was a pilot. Later on, I will show you how the process was as to the applications, but it was just like a pilot for this year, and the aim was to understand the effectiveness of this kind of financial grants. Oh, sorry, this is not. Yeah. So this is like the overview and the timeline of the call. So the call was open on the 2nd of February of this year. So as you can see, it had like a timeline, and the deadline for the applications was the 15th of April. The results were published on May 15th. And the results of the selection process were published on May 30th. And the start of the activities that I will also mention a little bit later started around mid-July. So basically, it is this financial support that gave SMEs around 10,000 grant, so that they could use it on any of these eligible activities. They could do it on investment, that could be equipment, that could be hardware, software, or any other technologies that could help them with their sustainability and with their energy efficiency. Consultancy, because as we know, sometimes consultancy can be a little bit expensive, especially for SMEs that are trying to get through with the sustainability. And skills and training. Sometimes it is important for SMEs to also train their employees so that they can understand a little bit more about the energy efficiency. So the activities can be like in multiple categories. And the main goal was to have a 5% energy reduction once these activities started to be implemented. So, and one of the main things is that the SME must be incorporated and operational since January 1st of 2023. So this was the selection process. So we opened the call on February 2nd of this year. And basically how it worked, I am going to explain it better here, is that with the sustainability advisor, they will meet with the SME or the client in question, and that was interesting. And together they will do a complete sustainability assessment. It is a very detailed assessment that will go through every single aspect that the SME will like to, kind of see where it could improve. Then the sustainability advisor and the client create an action plan. Then once that it is determined and see which areas through the sustainability assessment they come across that need improvement, the client will submit the application form. The application form goes directly to the European Commission, where they will do a thorough assessment of the application. And based on that, they will also either say if the application was okay or if the application needed some improvements. So after that, the client's application and progress to eligibility check until they go into the random selection. Why random selection? Because they wanted to give the opportunity to anyone could have the access to this grant. Then the sustainability advisor continues to support the client with the action plan and also to help them with other alternative financing or funding. Then the sustainability advisor supports the client to provide an update, since the goal at the end, once the activities have been completed, is for the client to create some sort of report, and also that we can promote it in social media as kind of success stories. So the results in the Irish kind of size is that 5 core companies successfully secured grants to fund various energy efficiency initiatives. These initiatives included upgrading existing lighting systems to more sustainable options, providing staff training and education on energy efficiency practices, installing equipment to extract pure nitrogen from the air and reducing the CO2 emissions, and replacing equipment to lower the consumption of resources such as oil. So this was the initiative. As I said, it was a pilot, so maybe it wasn't that promoted because we were unsure if this was something that the SMEs or our clients were going to be interested about it. But we are hoping that with the results that we are going to get, which we are hopeful to be presenting at the beginning of next year, then that will motivate more people to actually apply for this type of funding. And thank you very much. If you have any other questions, you can reach out to me, or you can follow the EEN Energy social media in LinkedIn and in Facebook. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Monica. Great, thanks. And thank you for those of you who have been asking questions in the group chat. I see that is alive, and Daniel has already been replying to some of those questions. If you also want to add a question, you can unmute yourself and ask a question directly to one of the speakers. So I actually have a question for you, Lisa. And by the way, I really liked the catchy slogan, "Put all your energy into efficiency." So you were, it's the 2-step process, Green for Business, that then leads to EEG, the energy efficiency grant. Can a company reapply for the EEG? Can you apply multiple times?
So it's up to a maximum of 10,000. So I suppose if you say wanted to upgrade your LED lighting, say this part of Christmas, then you could go ahead and that might come to, you know, €1,000. You can, you know, use the remainder, then do a second application next year for the balance. So it's just up to a maximum of the 10,000. You can't go for multiple, I guess, 10,000s. Then I suppose there's another part of that. Then if you've multiple business premises, it's not, you know, 10,000 for that premises and 10,000 for that premises. It's up to 10,000 per business, regardless, I suppose, of how many premises you have.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. That's very handy to know. I actually didn't know that myself, so it's good for when I'm speaking with clients. And Daniel, I was actually, one of my clients yesterday was asking me about energy training. So it's good, you know, I knew about the Energy Academy, and actually it's good to know that now you're starting to offer training specifically, for example, for hotels. Can you please remind us when is the next energy management training?
Yeah, sure. The next Energy Man training, it's on Thursday, the 7th of November from 2 till 4. I'll put a link into the chat there as well.
Thanks.
Bring it straight to
That'd be handy.
Yeah, with a registered energy auditor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know they are very very successful. Yeah. And Monica, I know you are from EN Enterprise Europe Network. So does someone who wants to apply for EN Energy, do they have to be EEN clients or Cork Chamber members? You are muted. Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do have to be EEN clients. That doesn't mean that they have to be Cork Chamber members. Anyone can be EEN clients. So how it works is that the client or SME that has like any interest in on this kind of funds, they can contact me, and then we can kind of have like a meeting, go over a little bit of what this person needs, and then we can create a profile in our platform, and then we can create like some sort of like action plan, which also means that they will do a sustainability assessment, which is quite long, but is very thorough. And I believe that it gives a little bit of more insight of what the SME or client needs to be doing in regards of sustainability. And after that, then we can do like some sort of follow-up regarding then that action plan. And I am also going to take this opportunity. I see here from Stephen a question that says, will EN Energy Grant will be available on a yearly basis? Well, that's the idea. For this year, it was a pilot to see if there was some sort of an appetite for it. And it seems like it has. So we have the word that it might run for next year. We will have more information, hopefully at the end of this year, beginning of the next one. So hopefully we will be able to put it more out there. So I encourage you to follow EN Energy on social media so that you can be up to date once that announcement has come through. Thank you.
Thank you. And just to clarify, EN clients, with the help that they provide, is it's a free service. Yeah. Okay. Heidi, I don't know if you've been looking at the chat. Are there any other questions that haven't been covered?
Yeah. So I have a question here for Lisa. If you have equipment purchased, can someone avail of the energy efficiency grant retrospectively?
No, the answer to that is no. I suppose, yeah, if anyone is kind of thinking about upgrading any kind of equipment, or maybe you've already done the research and you've quotes and stuff, that's fine. Getting the quotes is grand, but yeah, hold off, make your application, and once you get your approval and letter of offer, like you're free to shop then. But we don't do retrospective, I suppose, applications.
Yeah.
There was another question here.
I have a question then here for
you go.
Monica. Sorry, Alicia.
No, you go on. Yeah.
So somebody asked the question, will the e-energy grants be available on a yearly basis, Monica?
Yes, I mentioned that that's the idea and that we're hopeful for that. As I said, it seems that it gave some traction, not only here in Ireland, but on other countries around the network. So we are hopeful to be making the announcement by the end of this year or the beginning of next year for the next part of these funds.
Super, thank you. And then there's another question here. So a lot of the information on the call was focused on SMEs, which is great. But I'm conscious that we have quite a few larger organizations on the call. So I know, Alicia, you mentioned the grants that are available through the SEAI. But it might be good just to let some of the people on the call know how they can utilize this information for themselves. So whether it be sharing with their own suppliers or arranging a similar webinar to like what we have today, or just any advice that you might have in that regard.
Yeah, I just put a link on the chat for the Exceed program, as I mentioned from the SEAI. But as I said, in REEValue, we also work with large organizations. I'll be happy to organize different meeting. I know some of those grants would be with Enterprise Ireland. If someone wants to contact me directly, we can even just have a one-to-one meeting, and I can then direct them to the right person. There is a new question here from Michael to Daniel.
Super.
Michael, feel free to unmute yourself, but otherwise I'll read it. So under the Business Energy Upgrade Scheme 2024, it mentions heat recovery. Does this have to be heat recovery through a heat pump, or can it be through a simpler project such as heat recovery through a plate heat exchanger, Daniel? So the does it have to be heat pump or
I'm not certain on my understanding that it will include the likes of a plate heat exchanger, but it's not up and running yet, so I'll have to confirm that. I can't say for certain yet. I just have to double check on that. I can come back to you on that, Michael.
This is the new scheme that is opening in a month or two, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, it's due to open in this quarter. I just haven't got a start date as of yet.
Yeah. And I was speaking with another person from the SEAI, and they were saying that they expect it to be very popular. So I'm sure you will be getting a lot of these questions in the next few weeks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Don't know if there are any other questions. Yeah, Heidi. So, well, thank you so much, all of you, for joining today. It was a pleasure for us, Cork Chamber, to host this webinar with so many of you. As I said, feel free to contact me at alicia@corkchamber.ie. And if you have any further questions, specifically about the larger companies, or any other questions you might have about REEValue or help that we want to provide to you, we'll be happy to continue this and follow up individually as well. And thank you to all of the speakers for presenting. It's great to see so many grants available, either you are an SME or a large company, for energy efficiency or sustainability.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And all the team and all the speakers.
Perfect. And thank you to you, Lidl and Heidi and Dennis. Great. So thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks, everyone. That was great. Cheers.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.